Happy New Year, Bolton High. Here's this week's update. Okay, so update January 12th. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Lots to talk about, a lot of scheduling information. So let's jump in. We're going to talk about a little bit of COVID. We're going to talk about our learning model and upcoming exams are mid-year. It's that time of year. Can you believe the year is almost half over? So virus info at Bolton High School. Let's celebrate the fact that there's been no in-school transmission between teachers and or students. That is awesome news. I'm very happy to report that. That is great news. The town of Bolton numbers are up over 100. So please continue to be diligent. That is super important. And as the superintendent sent out at the end of last week, we're going to stick with the 14-day quarantine model. And she has explained that in her letter. And speaking of information that came out in the superintendent's letter, we're going to remain in our hybrid schedule through the end of February. It's working. Students are doing a great job. Bolton High School teachers are doing an amazing job with our blended model. And at this point, the superintendent has announced that we're going to stay in that model through the end of February. Upcoming schedule and very, very important information. Next Monday, the 18th, we'll celebrate Martin Luther King Day. There will be no school for anybody. The rest of next week is mid-year assessment time. That is remote for all students. We'll be working from home, doing the mid-years. We chose to do it that way because in our hybrid model, we didn't want to have 8 days of exams. We didn't want to be interrupted if we had to close for contact tracing or weather. So we just asked all of our teachers to create mid-year assessments that are remote for everyone, and students are responsible for being there. The email that came out from me this morning, that's where this, you may have gotten the link, but if you got the link directly from YouTube, jump back, check your email. I'm going to put it on the schedule for the mid-year assessments. Basically, we're going to have a very similar schedule we've had in the past, but we're enhancing it a little bit. So if it's time for period C, mid-year assessment, the first part of that time will be either used to expand the 2 hours if we're doing some kind of special activity, some kind of presentations, or perhaps do a little bit of last-minute review before the assessment. Teachers will decide class by class, teacher by teacher, how that extra time is used. So students need to pay attention to that. Again, I will attach the schedule, but you can always find the schedule of what's going on at Bolton High School, including schedules for students on our website, or if you have subscribed to the Bolton High School calendar. Here's another big schedule change. We have had a great success this year doing PSATs for our first-year students, and we did SAT for our seniors, and we did those on Wednesdays and remote learning days, and that worked out just fantastic. However, the PSAT on January 26th, we could not do that on Wednesday the 27th. It has to be on the 26th per the College Board, because that PSAT is the qualifying official PSAT for the National Merit Scholarship. So we have to do that on the 26th. So the 26th, that Tuesday, will be a remote schedule for grade 9, grade 10, and grade 12. Those students will be at home, and they will follow their Wednesday plan, which basically means a day to catch up, perhaps some office hours for teachers a little bit later in the day because teachers will be proctoring in the morning. And Wednesday the 27th, we will follow our Tuesday, Belt B, A through K. Okay, so on the 27th, students will who normally come into school on a Tuesday will be in on that Wednesday. We're flip-flopping the Tuesday and the Wednesday to meet the College Board requirements. Juniors who need transportation from any of our 3 towns, that's not a problem. On the 26th, it won't be a full day. You won't be here all day long. You need to be here for 7:30 in the morning, but you will be out well before 1:35, and we're going to finalize those times. And if you have not checked in with Mr. Dennis and his Google form to let us know about transportation, please do that right away. That is just for our juniors. And as I said before, we're going to continue after the 27th with our hybrid schedule through February. CNC, that is our famous cookies and cram. So, for a long time, our National Honor Society has providing extra support around mid-year assessments for our first-year students, our grade 9 students, and they call it their cookies and cram. And we usually have a little cramming, really, which is more about strategizing than cramming and serving cookies. Well, we can't do that in person. Mr. Turgeon has come up with a cookie plan which he will share with students. But here is the cramming plan or the preparation plan. So following the schedules, and our freshman students have seen this before, but just for parents, and a reminder to our first year students, this is the plan, this is the schedule. The meets have been posted in the classrooms, so students can get a little extra support in advance of those mid-year assessments. Safety. I need to continue to remind everybody we need to stay vigilant. I know we're getting tired of all of this. Let's hope it doesn't last more than a few more months. But please remember, do not gather in school or out of school. You wear a mask, and if you don't feel well, log on from home, call the nurse, and keep everybody else safe. We are still in that crazy time of year with weather. And so just a reminder that in our parking lot, especially since we have more students being driven in, which is great, and I have a problem with that, but just remember to always watch for ice first thing in the morning. And the Board of Ed parking lot, which is the parking lot by the tennis courts, please don't use that for pickup or drop off. That causes problems. And remember, in our specialty classrooms, there's some, we're talking about our labs, our tech ed, our culinary. Let's just remember that there's some extra safety items that really need to be addressed there, and those have been laid out, and students have been doing a good job, but just a little friendly reminder to keep up the diligence there as well. Every day you should be checking that parent portal, that hub, to make sure you are on track with all of your classes. You should need to be checking your email 2 or 3 times a day. Always check in on Power School. Make sure you're present during all of your classes, especially when you're remote. Be there, be on time, be ready to participate. If you need help, please email your teachers first. If you have Power School issues, please check in with guidance. If you have Chromebook problems, stop by the main office. And as always, if you need to reach out to myself or Dean Christine Johnson, there are our emails. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. Please stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.